Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time here. My name is Jasmine and I am so excited for this. I recently took a little break from YouTube. You might have noticed, if it's not your first time here, that I didn't upload much, if at all, this week. But that's okay because it's here and I can now move on to other projects. But I was so busy this past week and it just seemed like a week to take a break from all the stuff happening in the world right now. But it's okay because I have the Cremated Palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It's here. Haven't opened it yet. As you can see, not open. We're going to open it. We're going to test it out. And we're going to see how it does. So I do want to start off this video by saying any judgment, any issues that you have with Jeffree Star Cosmetics or any brand that I've mentioned in this video, please leave that somewhere else. Cast it aside. Take it away. Because we're just going to focus on the product and not the people behind it. So I know this palette had a lot of controversy because of its name, which I totally get. But like most people, I don't feel that it's really worth that getting bent out of shape over. Palette names, designs, all this stuff takes time to create. Was this intentional? Was it meant to be tone deaf? I really do not believe that it was. But it is very on brand for Jeffree. Like, that is one of like his catchphrases: cremated, deceased. That just kind of lines up with his brand, his aesthetic. So if you watch the documentary from him and Shane Dawson over the last couple months ago, that was, you will know how long it takes to create a palette. So this was actually, the conception started, I want to say it was September of last year, September of 2019. So it takes time to create. If I get this open, here we go. So I don't blame him for, and he did push the release of this back, but because of COVID-19, you know, things were shut down. They could not release it when they wanted to. And then look at it this way: if it takes so long to create this product, you know, by delaying the release for 3 months, the lifespan of these shadows are only just going to get older. How long are you supposed to delay it? And then you're selling expired products. So I get it. I totally understand it from a business standpoint. You have to just move forward with production. Like, you have to just move forward with releases. Bad timing, yeah. But I don't think it was intentional. And I don't, honestly, just don't see it as that offensive. There's a lot of other things to be offended about right now. And are we really getting offended over makeup? I mean, really. Let's open it. So excited because this is, I don't want to say it's a palette we've never seen before. There are palettes that are like monochromatic grays and whites and taupes and blacks and stuff like that. Ow, I'm itchy. But I am excited to see how these formulas are going to hold up, because Jeffree Star Cosmetics honestly does have like the best eyeshadow formula. So, ooh, so pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's just go on and get into the review. So we have this little promo card here and a picture of the palette on the back. Now here's my thing with Jeffree Star palettes. Every time I look at them, I always think, like when Blood Sugar released, I was like, oh, that's too much red, like it's all red. It's really not. There's not like a whole lot of reds in that palette. Same thing with Blue Blood. You look at it and you think it's all blues, but there's really a lot of neutral colors, whites, blacks, like more of a greeny teal color. It's not just blue. So when I initially looked at this, I was like, oh, it's all grayscale. It's really not. Not open the palette yet, just looking at the picture. It's really not. There are a lot of tans in there, different shades of gray, different shades of black, some off-whites, bright white. So it's going to be interesting to see how this really holds up, but very cute packaging. I have my invoice slip. Don't think we'll need that. We'll set it aside. So let's see. Also, does anyone else save tissue paper when they get it in NPR boxes or shipping boxes? I save my tissue paper because I will use those for wrapping gifts. So let's toss the box aside. And here it is. We have this gorgeous cremated tissue paper. And I do save this stuff to wrap up for Christmas gifts, but I'll tell people, like, no, you're not getting Jeffree, no. It's just the paper. Oh, and I completely ripped it, made a mess of it, whatever. And here it is. This is really, I like this. This is the plastic. The packaging feels very not cheap. It has like a gloss to it. It feels very nice, and I like how they did that. It has the little urn on it. Eyeshadow palette. So this is actually my most expensive palette to date. This was $58. $58 this retail. And it was only sold on JeffreeStarCosmetics.com. They did not have this on Beauty Bay or Beautylish. Launch day, little bit of a headache, not that bad. Like, I actually have PTSD from launch day, so I'm always scared to get something on launch day now because I never used to. But 5 minutes, and I had this paid for and on the way. So considering that I don't know anyone else personally who actually got this, maybe one or two of my YouTube friends got this, but not a whole lot, I feel very lucky. So this is heavy. This is actually a very heavy palette compared to some of his other ones, but I like the packaging. Let's open it up. Ooh, that is really pretty. I do like the marble aesthetic. We're going to take this off. Wow. So first impression, the palettes are always a little deceiving in photos and videos online. I have not watched a single video on this, not one. I watched Jeffree's video, of course, but other than that, I have not watched any videos on this. Not Nikki tutorials, not anybody. I wanted to go in this with a unbiased, clean mind. But we do have, it goes from black to a white, and that is not a white, that is more of a, like a metallic kind of, shimmery kind of shade. We have white, we have some off-whites, we have a tan, it's a lot of different shades of gray. I'm really curious about hers. I want that to be like a dark black. If you saw my last video, I had issues with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette. Like, that black was aggravating to work with. I'm hoping this is going to be better. I'm really interested in Angel of Death, which is very pretty, shiny black. I mean, this is pretty cool. I'm excited about this. And I heard this is supposed to be like the ideal bridal palette. So let's just do a look. Let's see what we can come up with. So as always, I have all of my face ready. Foundation, the brows, concealer, all that stuff. I'm going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Sin to prime my eyes. And we're going to apply shadow shields because with all these dark colors, I want to make sure that we don't have a mess anywhere from blending. And in case there's some fallout. So let's grab some of this. I'm glad I actually have more of this primer. I'm trying to empty this one. This is the best eyeshadow primer, and once I tried it, I have never went to another eyeshadow primer, honestly. It is just the best. I love it. So yeah, I know this was a super controversial palette, but sometimes you just have to try to separate the controversy from the actual product itself. It's a great product. It's a great product. But I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their money. We are just going to test this for what it is. And if it sucks, I'm going to say that it sucks. But if I like it, I'm going to say that I like it. So, given the track record of liking pretty much everything from Jeffree Star Cosmetics I've bought, not making any assumptions, but we're just going to see. So, our eyes are ready. Let's dive in. Love this big mirror. Can I get the plastic off? Won't mess with the plastic just yet. I'm going to take this big brush and we're going to go into, I don't know how to start. I don't even really know what kind of look I want to do. I just want to kind of see what we can come up with. So Afterlife is the closest thing to my actual skin tone. So we're going to go in with that, with this big brush. Very lightly pick it up because I don't know how this is going to go. Let's just see. We're going to go all into the crease right here. Just kind of start things off. That is rather sheer. It's there. Ooh, it's actually, yeah, it's very almost iridescent. So we may even end up just kind of covering this up. But that is very pretty. I like that. Let's just go all in right here. See, even my husband was like, are you just going to be goth all summer? Maybe. Pretty. This is very shimmery. It's just, it's like a neutral shine is what it's putting on my eyes, I feel like. Okay. So I'm going to take this shade brush and let's deepen up the crease a little bit. What do we want to try? I'm going to try the Morgue right here. We're going to see, it's a shade of gray. I don't even know really how you would describe some of these. I'm just gonna call it a shade of gray. And we're gonna go right in here and try to deepen up this crease. Ooh. Wow, that is, I like that. Yeah, when you put that on top of a shimmer, like that shimmer is still definitely coming through, but I'm not mad at it. Now, the shade names are a little morbid. If you find that kind of stuff morbid, I mean, obviously, if you have a problem with, you know, death and funerals, I mean, that's okay, but I'm getting like some kind of Hot Topic, kind of gothy vibes from this, and I get it was supposed to be a gothy kind of palette. I don't find any of it like actually like offensive. I mean, death is just a part of life, so I'm not, but I get it, you know, if you maybe going through some stuff, especially with all this COVID stuff, like, I get it. It could come off as a little offensive. I mean, the shade names are kind of cool, though, I will admit. I do like the overall aesthetic of it. You've got the marble, you've got the dark going to light. Like, I like the color story. Is it a little boring if you don't like neutrals and blacks and browns and grays? Yeah, but I like it. Okay, so I want to see how this black is going to look. This is going to be such a gothic look, but it's okay. So I'm going to try Hearst right here. Let's swatch it really fast. This finger actually has primer on, so I'm going to use this finger. And, ooh, that is soft. I was not expecting that. That is pretty good. Like, that actually looks pretty good. Let's go right here. Yeah, that is pretty dark, pretty pigmented. I want to make sure I pick up enough. I don't want to pick up too much. And we're going to go right here. Ooh. I'm just going to blend into this corner a little bit. I just want to make this corner a little bit darker. I mean, that little bit is already blending out better than the Jaclyn Hill. Because if you guys caught that video, you saw how much trouble I was having with that black. And this is blending out just a little bit way better. Like 1,000 times better. I haven't even had to dip back into the palette yet. Is it blending out kind of gray? Yes. But I think I can build it up a little bit more. I do like that. I think laying down that shimmer with Afterlife before is making this not come up matte, but more shimmery. But I'm not mad at it. So I'll definitely have to experiment with this and see if I can get like a truly matte black eye. But you know what? That palette is actually heavy. I usually don't have a problem holding his palettes. That was actually kind of heavy, so I'm going to switch over to my mirror. So I just keep adding a little bit of black to that, not necessarily for the pigment, but because I want it to be a little more matte, and I think I'm actually mixing it in with these shimmers and metallics, so it's coming off a little bit more shimmery than I wanted, but it is a very pigmented black, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's move on to something else. I think I'm gonna cut the crease a little bit just so we can make the next shade really pop. Definitely getting some Hot Topic 2006 high school goth vibes. Who else was kind of a goth in 2006? That was my senior year. And we didn't really have too many goths at my hometown. There weren't a whole lot of them. We didn't really know what goth was. But I'm totally living for this goth vibe right now. Like, I'm living for it. Okay, so now that we kind of carved out where we want our next shade to go, I'm gonna grab this little angle brush, and I don't know what I want to grab first. I'm really conflicted here. I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna grab, ooh, do I want Diamond Ashes on the lid? Do I want this to highlight? Let's swatch those. So I'm gonna use my pinky. We're gonna touch Diamond Ashes. Ooh, it feels weird. It's not as creamy as I thought it was gonna be. There's like a weird texture to it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Jeffree, what did you do? Okay, so this swatch I tried to wipe off. Don't go by that anymore. Let's just look at this. Shut the fuck up. What the hell? That is so pretty. Okay. I do want to try Death Blow because I heard really good things about Death Blow. That's like touching butter. Look at that. Let's put them side by side. You can see it on my white ass hands, but it's not. I think that'll end up being kind of our very subtle matte highlight. But let's go into Diamond Ashes right here. I have to put this on the lid now. I have to do it. I just have to do it. Yeah, it's there. It's there. My lighting's a little deceiving. It looks really good in the inner corner, but then the closer I get to that black, it just seems like it's acting a little weird. Okay, I do like that. That is very shiny. That is very shiny. So maybe it's actually not working with the concealer that I have on, but we're gonna make this look work. Okay, it's definitely my concealer. It is definitely the concealer, but bitch, that does look so pretty. So I'm a little concerned with the harshness of these edges right here, so I'm gonna take this bigger, fluffier angled brush. I'm gonna grab, I think, a good in-between kind of to blend that together. Death Certificate right here. Metallic gray. We're gonna go right here. Yes, and just kind of buff this. All in here. It's very wet. This is a very wet shade, but I think we're getting that gradient that we want. But be careful with that, because as you can see, because where I touched it on this lid, like most of that pigment just went right there. That's a little hard to blend out, but oh my god, this is coming out so pretty and gothy. So we need to do something with the bottom lash line. I'm going to grab this, what is this, a little smudger brush. I'm going to touch just a little bit of Angel of Death. Ooh. We're going to smudge her along right here. Like, I need some of My Chemical Romance vibes. There we go. Oh, you don't need a lot here. A little bit goes a long way. Like, a long way. I'm liking it. And then we're going to grab a little bit of that Death Blow and just go right up here. There we go. Just add a little bit of a matte white highlight right there, and then just kind of buff out some of this harshness here. Like, to me, this look is just screaming, take me to the black fucking parade. This is so cool. Bridey, I think I want to look too dark for like a bridal look, but I do want to play with this and see what kind of bridal looks I can come up with. But I'm going to finish this up with liner lashes and some lip color, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are done. This came out so goth, and I do apologize for this little bump on my lip. A few months ago, my son was jumping up and down, and he whacked, as young children do, and hit me in the lip with his giant head, and it still hasn't fully healed. It just looks horrible. Anyway, that's why there's a bump in my lip. The lip color I'm using is actually from my favorite indie brands. This is Tattoo Junkie, and this is the shade Vixen, which actually comes off as a really, really dark purple. But they do include this blue glitters that you can add a glittery, shimmery effect, and it adds a little bit of color to it. But here is the final look. It is super goth, it's super dark, but I'm living for it. I'm loving it. And of course, if you wanted to take it, you know, bright and warm this kind of look up, if I just did a different lip color, it would not look so dark, I don't think. But anyway, we're not talking about the lips or the overall look. We're talking about the palette. Even though I do love the way that this lip came out, even though that glitter is a pain in the ass to work with. Anyway, the Cremated palette. So I like it. It's a little difficult to work with if you're not used to working with a lot of really, really dark colors. If you're not used to working with blacks and so many grays, there's definitely a learning curve with this palette. That being said, I do want to, in the future, over the next few days, focus on all the lighter colors to see how you can create a more neutral everyday look that's not quite so goth. But I do love all of the dark tones. They just take some getting used to. And that's the one thing I don't particularly like about hers. If I lay that down on top of any of these lighter, shimmery, metallic-y tones, this is not going to be black. It's going to blend out with a little bit of shimmer, which is not bad. But if you want it to be truly matte black, you should probably lay this down first. But I'm going to have to play with that. Otherwise, the formula is great. Of course, it's Jeffree. It's on point. We kind of knew that going into this, but there's always a way that it might not be. I do like the color story. I like the gradient. You can really see the gradient of the tones. And it's not just 50 Shades of Gray. Okay, if you look, Mausoleum right here, Obituary, Casket Ready, Last Respects, The Morgue. These are all more of a brown kind of tone. They're all cool tone, but it's more on the browner side, or the, like, you know, the nude side, than it is gray. You do have some stark grays. You have Embalmed right here, Wednesday, Solemnly Swear. These are Eulogy. These are grays. So if you want just an all gray look, you can do that. Diamond Ashes, I don't think worked with that concealer, so I want to redo a look using Diamond Ashes with just a primer, because some concealers, especially the one that I have, concealers add moisture, and a primer will allow shadows to stick to the skin. That's something I recently learned, so I'm very curious if this shade just did not work with my concealer well, but the overall look is great. I like it. It's dark, it's gothic, it's vampy, I'm just living for it. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you know every time I come up with a new video. And let me know, did you become one of the lucky few to get the Cremated Palette? Did you opt out because you felt it was just a little too controversial? Are you excited for a goth summer? I don't know if I'm going to be like gothic all summer long, but I'm kind of enjoying this. This was just something different. So let me know your thoughts down there, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.